Hello and welcome back to the Everything Film Podcast. I'm your host Ryan, and today I am with the Skywalker Academy to discuss Star Wars Maul and Invincible. Let's get straight into the episode. Thanks so much for clicking on this. So Nathan has not seen Invincible or Maul, so he can't really comment on the episodes.
All
So we
right.
said he'd get this one out.
Okay.
Thank you for doing this.
You're welcome. I don't have any notes, so I'm going to just kind of go off memory. So,
Yeah, that's fine. What did you think of the first two episodes of Maul? I'll let you go
um,
first.
firstly, I thought they were absolutely amazing. I thought it was going to be good, but then I was really blown away because they were marketing it up pretty good. So I knew it was at least going to be a good show, and it had Dave Filoni and Sam Witwer, so you know it's going to be good. But it was still like, wow, they really went above and beyond, and just the animation alone made me go, yep, this is going to be something special.
Yeah, I also didn't have that many high expectations for this. I don't know why. I just like it kind of just flew by. I wasn't really getting a lot of the marketing. And if I was, I wasn't really watching it. But like it all looked really good to me. Out of the two episodes, which one do you think was better?
I think for me, episode two is probably a little bit better because that's when the plot started to get moving a little bit. Episode one, you have to introduce or reintroduce characters and everything. In episode two, you see more of Maul being kind of like Sidious, that trying to manipulate, I think her name's Devon, the Jedi that he captures.
Yeah.
So we get more of that in motion versus all just set up.
On the topic of Devin, have you seen the theory that she is Dark Talon?
Oh, dude, that was the theory since they first announced Small Shadow Lord, and it
Okay, yeah,
might
I
be
just
Dark
found out
Talon.
about it.
Yeah, it might be Dark Talon. It might not. We don't know because they can
I,
take elements, but it may not be the exact same thing.
I saw like a bunch of similarities that someone pointed out. Like she's doing the same like it's almost a recreation of the of a panel Talon is in, and it's just like weird that they do that.
I mean, Dave's worked with George, and so I wouldn't be surprised. And I think he's even said it at one point that he's incorporating elements of George's Forgotten or scrap sequel trilogy into this, which Talon was one of them.
That would be wild if she is Talon though, even though everyone saw it coming, but it's kind of like the Peacemaker twist, like even though you saw it coming, it's just wild that they're doing that.
Yeah.
One thing that I really did like about the show, I think it looks the best out of any Star Wars animated project. Like
Oh,
Clone Wars is
absolutely.
older. Clone Wars is older, so like I'm not gonna deduct points or anything, but like the animation isn't as good as this. And like I'm on season one of the Bad Batch. It looks great, but just not as good as this.
Yeah, I
This has
mean,
really
I've said
set
it
the
before.
bar.
They like up the animation every time because you can even see it in Clone Wars, like season one, season two, it's okay. Then season three it gets better. Then by season five it looks good, and then season seven turns it up another notch. And then Bad Batch, same thing.
Seven looks like really good. A lot of like the Star Wars animators, they've really cracked the code on the 3D style because like for them to be improving every time is just wild.
Yeah. And I actually did
And like
watch like they released like a little short or something like going over the animation. There is no motion capture apart from a little bit that they used as reference. Like Sam would kind of draw the outlines of Maul's tattoos on his face so they can kind of get an idea of what his face looks like when he's speaking. But other than that, there's like no motion capture, which I'm like, seriously?
yeah, it looks like really good for no. motion capture. Like speaking of
It's like,
Sam, did you see how they incorporated his screams into Maul's
oh yeah, I
lightsaber?
saw that. I'm like, that's cool. And I didn't even notice it, but now that they said it, I'm like, I can't unhear it now, and that's awesome.
Like honestly, they're so stylistic. Like they're doing choices that people would notice, but after you hear it, you can't unnotice it. And that really like
Yeah,
shows that the show was made like delicately,
yeah.
like with the
And
screams of the saber and like
I wonder
they're
if
really
Devin
like
has something similar. Like if she gets a red
yeah,
lightsaber, I wonder if it's going to be something similar.
yeah, that is that I'm wondering. Do you have any gripes with the first two episodes?
Um, I did say it in like my little mini episode 1 and 2 review on my channel, but the cop plot, like that main cop character, it's like the one thing that's not really clicking right away. It's still a good plot, but it just feels like I want to watch Maul, and then it cuts from Maul to him, and I'm like, can we get back to Maul, please?
Yeah, like it the mole stuff is really interesting. And like even with Devin, that was interesting, but like it would have been really cool to just like get a show focused only on Maul, even though I know that's not possible. Like get a Maul like a video game. I know they're talking about that where you just follow Maul.
That was a scrapped video game.
Oh, because I saw an interview with Sam where he said he'd love to do it one day.
Yeah, but that was a scrapped video game.
Yeah, honestly, that would be really cool if they did that. Even though like the cop plot, I'm not opposed to it, it's just there.
I do like Two Boots though.
Yeah.
Although that droid that Maul has, the spy bot or whatever his name is, that's probably my new favorite character. He's like Chopper on steroids.
Yeah, I thought the exact same thing. Well, not like I thought he was just like Chopper. He
Yeah.
reminded me of him.
And if I remember correctly, he's voiced by the same guy who did Proxy from the Force Unleashed games. So it's kind of a little mini Force Unleashed reunion.
I'm still playing that on like level two or three, I think. It's very hard, and I have like so many games to play. But yeah, I'm not sure I remember who you're talking about.
He's the droid that can turn into different people.
Oh, yeah. Now, do you think we get a cameo from Darth Vader or Palpatine? Because Sam Witwer only showed people the first 8 episodes, and the last two are being kept really hidden. Do you think we're getting like cameo from any of them?
They kind of spoiled Vader a little bit. They like released character posters, and Darth Vader was like a character poster. So we're
Oh,
going to
I
get him in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. They, for all we know, they could be lying. It ain't the first time they've done that. They could have made it just to throw us off, but it does feel very likely we will get Vader at some point because in Rebels, Maul is afraid of Vader. So he has fought him at some point.
honestly a fight like that would be wild.
Yeah. And I can even see it going where Maul has the upper hand for most of the fight. Then he gets cocky or he gets overconfident, and Vader basically pulls the I haven't even used 1% of my power and then just whoops him.
Yeah, that would be wild. Like honestly, I don't know whether like who do you think they'd have do the voice? I don't know if this was recorded before James Earl Jones passed.
I know he did sign his voice off that they could use it for stuff, but personally, I'd like to get someone who can actually do an impression versus one of
Yeah.
those AI voices.
Or maybe Hayden Christensen will.
That would just feel weird, even
Yeah.
because it's a totally different voice. It's not James's voice, or it's not that kind of deep voice.
Yeah, like in Obi-Wan, it felt weird. I could tell like it felt weird seeing him in costume. Because he did, am I mistaken, or did he like, was he physically as
He was in
Vader
the
for
suit.
Obi-Wan? Yeah, it just felt weird knowing that.
I
But
don't know. I
I'm
think that
wondering,
actually kind of added to it because it's both of them.
Yeah, but it just felt like usually I never really thought of who was in the costume. But now knowing it's Anakin, I just looked at him like differently for
Hmm.
some reason. That's so weird that they put out a character poster like spoiling it.
Yeah. I didn't even see it until someone on one of the Discord servers I'm a part of literally showed it, and I'm like, thanks.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine's. Do you think Vader or Palpatine's gonna be in this? I'm probably not gonna show him this poster so that when he sees it, he just gets surprised.
Yeah. But I
It's like,
wouldn't be surprised if Palpatine shows up just because Sam has done the voice of Palpatine enough times that that's something he can easily do.
yeah. You know, I wouldn't mind if Sam really like took over the creative side of Star Wars because
I mean,
he has his order like explaining how you should watch it. That's how I wish I showed my mom Star Wars.
oh, where you start with the Clone Wars and then go into like episode one, two a little bit, and then episode
Yeah,
four, five. Yeah.
and like my siblings because like I have a lot of them. Some of them still haven't watched Star Wars. I might show it to them like that.
I'm honestly very tempted to try that with any kids I have in the future, but I'd still go with one, two, I'd still go with the original trilogy, then the prequels, and then go into Clone Wars.
But I do think that you kind of need to I do think starting with the prequels is just bad because like they're not really gonna understand. Phantom Menace is a bit slow at sometimes. So like you wouldn't I think I saw someone say you start with the sequels because they're a lot more flashy and like they'll get kids into the Star Wars world, which I just don't know how I feel about that. Because
I
like
can see it.
yeah, because like my brother, he watched the sequels and he liked them because you know, colorful swords, those were cool. So like that would sort of hook a child's interest into it. And then like by the time in years past, New Hope CGI is going to look even older, and New Hope CGI might not be appealing to them, which is it's very confusing on how on the proper Star Wars watching order.
But yeah. Yeah, because it varies from person to person. I'd still, like I said, I still say start with the originals, then the prequels. Then you can do a
Yeah,
big marathon of all six original movies, see all everything kind of come together.
yeah. Like I think my sister got into Star Wars via like Revenge of the Sith, and then like she loves the sequels. So like yeah,
Which is it's a doozy to start with. Ooh.
yeah. What happened is my brother and I were watching it, and then she just sort of like didn't want to play and just sat down. She was like, "Well, this
Hmm.
is kind of cool." And then she asked who the good guy is. I said, like Anakin, like because at that point he wasn't fully bad yet. And then when she saw him murder all those children, like I think she got a permanent scar because she was not ready for that.
Yeah, it's not the easiest one to get through on your first viewing. But anyways, back to Maul.
Do you think we'll get any other Star Wars Legends characters? Or like not Star Wars Legends, like the other non-canon characters brought into the canon?
It's possible because they've done it before, or they'd rework characters to be canon characters even if they don't have the same name. Like again with Talon, that's obviously a big possibility, but it's just a case of gotta watch and find out. And sometimes you catch them, sometimes you don't. Because heck, I could argue Cal Kestis is kind of almost similar to Cal Katarn in some way, shape, or form, but not exactly. He's like probably the closest I can think of. He's still a new character.
I saw someone say that they think we're gonna get child Mara Jade.
They just want, I know what they want, and it's not going to happen, people. As much as most of us would want it. It's not going to happen.
I just now, like yesterday, saw the clip of the guy saying, "Since you're the creator of Marriage Aid," like I don't know how this was my first time watching that, but
Is
I
this
don't
the
think George.
George? Is this the George
Yeah,
clip? I think
where
that's
he,
a sketch. I think that's more a
it is.
sketch. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's
Yeah, but
not.
like,
George is not like absolutely hates the EU. It's a more a case of they're its own thing. It's not part of his full story. Because he would totally retcon him if he did his sequel trilogy, and people would have
yeah.
been mad.
Honestly, I think Star Wars fans are gonna be mad regardless.
You can't please Star Wars fans. I know.
Yeah, you really can't. So one thing that I noticed about these episodes, they're like really well paced. It might just be
Yeah,
me, like when I'm watching Bad Batch, like I'll feel the length of the 20-minute episodes depending on which ones. And like the a lot of the Clone Wars filler episodes, I can feel the length, but those they went by so fast. And like it's rare to get a good paced show. But
I
like
agree. Like it went by pretty smoothly. Like I wasn't looking at my phone or checking how much longer we had in the episode. I was genuinely was like, okay, keep going. And then when the credits go, I'm like, is that it? Where's the next
yeah,
episode?
yeah, like that's why I do think they're releasing two episodes a week instead of, the classic weekly one that I think they did for Bad Batch. But yeah, what would you give these two episodes on a scale of 1 to 10?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a solid 8.5. It's a good start, but I feel like we're only, since we've only gotten started, we're going up from here.
Yeah, I'd give it an 8. I thought it was really good. But like its first two episodes are always gonna not be as good as the later ones because on like your first viewing because you're getting introduced to this world.
Yeah.
So we now move on to Invincible. What did you think of those two episodes? Like five and
Just,
six.
yeah, okay, 5 and 6. I really liked them. They were good episodes, very enjoyable. Again, I'm trying to
Yeah.
go off memory, trying to think of stuff, but I really just liked them. They were just good episodes. Wasn't
Honestly,
episode
though,
4, thank goodness.
yeah, I liked episode 4, but like it just 8 episode shows should not really have filler episodes. But I
And I know
saw a
that's
video.
something new for, I know that's not in the comics, but it's still like, what?
Yeah, like I saw a breakdown of it why it's not filler. Like Mark is trying to decide whether killing is right or wrong, but then he learns like as far as they know, there is no heaven, so there is no right or wrong, essentially. Like there is no overarching correct thing. So I saw that, but they could have done that better. And even the animation was so noticeable when they're falling.
Oh yeah, like, and even that joke of the helmet, I was like, that's not even that funny.
Yeah. Like honestly, I was scared because like shows recently have just not been like it's not have just been hated on like Peacemaker. People did not like the finale. I was like, is this a downfall of Invincible? And then even like Stranger Things, people didn't like that final season. But
Oh, that's
like
going to go down as not a good final
not a
season.
good one. Yeah, one of when I did a post saying, we're having you on Spotify, one of the viewers asked, "What did you think of the Stranger Things finale?" Like now
Mm,
that it's being hated, you're not alone. Because you had that hot take once that Stranger Things was overrated.
yeah, which
So
I
they wanted
still
me to
agree
ask
with.
you that.
Season 1 was the best season, and then the rest just kind of was like, eh,
Yeah, I think season one
not
was
really
the
my show. It got overhyped.
best. I guess we'll agree to disagree.
Yeah.
So, so I was scared that this would be the downfall of Invincible. Then episode 5 comes in and it's like one of the best of the show.
Oh, I was waiting for that episode. The once episode 4 ended, I'm like, all right, now we're getting into the good stuff.
Yeah, like the Mark can't win a fight crowd just needs to leave because
That's the
like
whole point.
and Mark is winning
Get
fights now.
stronger.
Like they're all like the power scaling's incorrect, but like they nerfed Conquest, but he's just getting stronger. He is now like
Yeah.
I know there's something between Battle Beast and Thrag. I have not read that far into the comic, but like I do know that they're supposed to be one of the strongest. I think Mark is the strongest Viltrumite we have besides, Thrag. And I think he's
Yeah.
Thetis might be the only like other option, but he's stronger than Nolan is at this point.
At the very least, he's on par with Nolan.
The Cecil, or I think it was Donald who said that they calculated Anissa would be able to beat Nolan, and
Hmm.
now Mark
Well,
beat Conquest without Eve, so he should be, I think, stronger than Nolan.
yeah, and also Mark is considerably younger too.
Yeah, Nolan's like
Not like it makes
thousands of
much different,
years.
not like it makes much difference to Viltrumites, but still.
Well, like they only get stronger as time goes on. If Mark,
Yeah.
honestly, Cecil, like he should have done more of Cecil's training. Even though I know there was nothing like they could have improved him on, but like Cecil's training got him so far.
Oh yeah.
Like, because he wouldn't have been that strong if it wasn't for Cecil. Cecil, while he did make a huge mistake this season or last season, keeping Conquest alive, like he still helped Mark achieve the strength that he's at now.
Yeah. And if it wasn't for Cecil's training, he probably wouldn't have been strong enough to fight Conquest. Actually, you know what? Maybe he would have because the more he gets hurt, the more powerful he becomes, and he gets th through the ringer in the series.
I don't think he would have been able to beat Conquest though, because like I think I think he would have. I think Conquest would have still beat him in the season 3 finale, but it would have been close. But like at the end of season 2, he was Oliver is stronger than he was in season 2.
Yeah.
So like, and Oliver is not doing anything to Conquest. So like, Oliver keeps saying, "I fought Conquest." He did not fight.
I mean, he did land
Like,
like 2 hits. That's better than probably most.
oh yeah, but he did catch him off guard.
Yeah. But to catch
Yeah,
Conquest
so
off guard, that's impressive.
yeah, what I see a lot of people complaining about is like Thrag's voice. It's not book accurate, which like, how do you hear a voice from the
I'm
book?
I'm I'm gonna say it's the equivalent of like I'm just gonna use the new Harry Potter show or something. Like people were complaining about the new Hagrid voice, and it's like he doesn't sound like Hagrid. And it's like technically everyone could hear Hagrid differently depending on how they read the books.
Yeah, that's why I don't get a lot of like hate when it comes to voicing. At least casting, like, characters look a certain way, but like just because you grew up on a certain era doesn't mean that that's the way the characters definitively sound.
Yeah.
So like someone like essentially like did a edit of just how Thrag's voice would sound if it was book accurate, and it
Oh
was
yeah,
just
and
the
then wasn't it
sound of
like really
turning
deep?
pages. It was just the sound of like flipping pages. So
That's
like,
funny.
how do you hear a certain voice? Like I have a problem with his design. He doesn't look as threatening as I think he should,
I
but
think
his
part of that
voice,
is the cape.
yeah, and it's also the animation, like the style.
Yeah.
Honestly, Invincible's one problem is its animation.
I do
Other than that,
say it does have a problem with it, but at the same time, it's at least consistent.
yeah,
You're
it's not
getting
like,
consistently the same animation.
yeah, because like
Because
and
they
I've
save
seen
their
that
budget for the fights.
they're like letting go of some of their higher voice actors. Like Robot, I don't know if you noticed, his voice is
Yeah,
different now. He
Yeah.
has Rudy is now doing the voice. So maybe they're trying to do better animation,
And also,
but like,
if you have higher profile actors, higher celebrities, they're going to want to be paid more.
yeah, I
Like,
would
they
sacrifice.
try
I
to get
would,
Tom Cruise to do a voice. I'm like, he's just going to ask for the entire budget.
yeah, like honestly, I would sacrifice. I would rather have great voice actors because like Steven Yeun is giving a great performance. Even like Debbie and Nolan, they're all doing great. So I'd rather
Yeah,
have great voice actors over like perfect animation or like
yeah.
great animation.
Although that fight with
Yeah,
Conquest, I was waiting for
which
that. I knew
one?
that was coming. The
Oh, the second one?
season 4. Yeah, I knew that was coming, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good.
I was hoping that, no one doesn't swoop in to save him. That was the one thing I was hoping for.
I
Because
know
like
in the comics he didn't, but I
Mark
wasn't sure if they were gonna
genuinely
change it.
needed that win to like
Oh
prove how
yeah,
strong he is. And like they made a point to say that, Eve mostly did most of the work, even though I do think Mark possibly could have beaten Conquest without Eve. But now, like, he's physically stronger because Conquest could not remove his arms around his neck.
yeah,
Like, he's literally stronger. And,
yeah.
like, Conquest is supposed to be one of the strongest Viltrumites.
He's like
So,
second
like,
only to Thrag, if I remember correctly.
yeah, so the Mark can't win a fight, people, like, and now they're complaining that Conquest was nerfed, which they're becoming the new
Did you
Star
see
Wars
what he
fans,
do in
honestly.
season 3?
Yeah, like, yeah, they're honestly becoming the new Star Wars fans because you can't make them happy. Someone's always like, when the beard joke in season
Oh,
four, when he's like,
yeah.
you grow a beard, people are complaining that that's not gonna, they were like worshiping that joke. And then they finally got it and they're like, it should have been Tech Jacket, which
I'm
like
like, and your
they
point?
gender, yeah, they gender swapped her. But like, I don't, they complain about like characters being so similar to Mark. And then when they gender swap a character because they don't want them to be essentially designed ripoff of Mark,
Yeah.
they get upset.
I'm gonna say, wasn't like that one guy, like, I'm trying to remember, I think it was like in season 3 or something. It's like Dancing Tiger or whatever his name was, the guy with the guns and
Yeah.
the blindfold. It's like, he literally looks like Mark.
Yeah, and like
I
even
actually
like
thought that was a variant of Mark for a second.
I watched the whole season thinking it was a variant of Mark until someone pointed it out. I was like, why are the Mark variants fighting each other? And I saw him, I was like, oh, it's Daredevil Mark. I thought like it was actually Mark.
Yeah.
So like,
And honestly, I
yeah,
like this tech jacket. I like she has a little bit more of a bubbly personality, which I think kind of works. And plus, let's be real, we have, like, with all the allies, like 90% of them are guys.
they're all like I think Alan's girlfriend is the only like female working with
Yeah,
against the
so
Viltrumites.
never hurts to just never actually hurts to put another one in there because guess what? People would probably complain, why are there not a lot of female
They were in the
allies?
comic. So like yeah, I do think that is they're complaining too much.
Yeah. They're just trying to find something to complain about, which sucks.
Yeah. Honestly, if Invincible had bad pacing, like we would have spent like 3 episodes while Mark is in a coma.
I was
I
actually
know
kind
it's
of
like
scared that was going to happen.
yeah, it was like because I've been hearing, have you read the comic um, up to the end of the Viltrumite War or whatever?
Yeah, I haven't, like, I don't have it physically read it, but I do know what happens.
Okay, so I've been hearing so much about this Battle Beast versus Thrag thing. So I was afraid that, Mark is going to stay in the coma and Battle Beast is just gonna have the end of the season fight. I thought that the rest of the three episodes were just gonna be him in the coma. But like I'm so happy that they didn't do that.
Yeah. But honestly, probably my favorite thing out of like the episodes so far was Nolan and Debbie reuniting. That was probably my favorite scene.
Yeah, I think it's definitely there for me. My favorite's probably the Conquest fight, but we've been waiting like 5 years since
I'm gonna say
season
we've been
one.
waiting since season one for that reunion.
Yeah. And like that the voice acting in that was just truly amazing.
Specifically Debbie's. I forget the actress's name, but she did so
Sandro,
good. Thank you. Yeah, she did so good.
yeah, that was like yeah, that's amazing. I was really waiting a long time. I'm trying to get Nathan to watch the show again because he stopped on season three. Trying to get him to watch it. I think he would love that scene since season one's still his favorite. But like honestly, that scene was really good.
Yeah.
Do you think that we're gonna get it? Ignoring what happens in the comics, do you think Nolan will get redeemed? Like become
I,
a
I,
hero?
I think he'll get redeemed because that's on his path. That's clearly what he's trying to do, but I hope it's a case of you're redeemed. Like you're redeemed. We know you're a good person now, but you can't undo your actions. You still have to live with those consequences instead of them just magically forgetting it all by the end of the war.
Yeah, I do think I do. He's done so much wrong. Like it is wild, but I do think there's still a way for him to, redeem himself.
Yeah. Although that scene with him and Art, where it's like Nolan's like, "Hey, maybe if I'm still alive, you can do this however I want." It's like I dress heroes, and Nolan's just like, "Oh." Like you could tell that really hurt.
Yeah, and then when
Because I
he
think he
left and
genuinely
he
liked
just
being a hero.
yeah, and then when he left and he exhaled like that.
Yeah.
Last time he was there, like I forgot what happened, but it was like honestly, who can blame him though?
Yeah.
Because like he just like he's fast enough to just murder everyone on the planet.
Yeah.
I would be scared.
Yeah. I do love how like in space, like anytime Nolan comes in contact with someone he's wronged and he says sorry, they instantly believe it. It's like, yeah, for a Viltrumite to do this, they mean it. Then on Earth, it's like you can't just do that because you're the sole reason people hate Mark, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I think it's also because like the people out know the Viltrumites and like know how they are, and for one to just apologize, that's a lot.
Yeah. Then on Earth, it's like, don't matter. You basically destroyed three cities.
Yeah, like he's literally I think if he was on Earth, Conquest wouldn't have done that much fighting. Mark and Nolan would have taken Conquest easily, I'd say.
Yeah.
One thing that like about Conquest, Cecil literally should have made him a reanimate.
I think
That
it's the
was
fact
Cecil.
that he knew Conquest was still alive. He probably couldn't do that. If he was for sure he was dead, he would definitely have done it, let's be honest.
Yeah, but like Conquest easily escaped.
See, that's the thing I wish they at least address. Like I wish he put like the same thing he put in Mark's brain or whatever, that sonic weapon, he put it in Conquest, and then when he escapes, he tries to use it, and Donald or something's like, "Sir, it's not working." And it's like, "Oh, well, at least he tried. At least he had a backup plan."
Yeah, and it was like because in Prime Video did this live stream of like counting down till Invincible. At the end of the live stream, Conquest literally just escapes. Like it was such a light thing. I don't know if it's bigger in the comics, but like that's just wild. Like he just let someone who was able to level cities just go
And
because
who's
they didn't have
straight up a
any.
psychopath.
Yeah, they didn't have any defenses.
I mean, truthfully, what could they have done? But at least I wish they had at least acknowledged they had something that they tried to use, but he was either too powerful or got out too quickly before it could have been used.
Yeah,
Because season one and season two, Cecil is so competent, like I could not expect him to make this kind of mistake.
yeah. Like Cecil really messed. He needs to redeem himself as well. Out of out of all the episodes, like, do you think that's episode five is in your top three of the
I'd say
entire show?
maybe not top three, but definitely top 10.
Yeah, I think I'd have it in like top five, honestly. Like season one and season three's finales are all there. Same
I
thing
think,
with the Invincible
yeah,
War episode.
I
But
think
like
season
other
one's
than that,
finale is still number one currently, just because it's so no one was expecting that if unless you've read the comics.
yeah, I remember watching that for the first time and like being so shocked. So thanks so much for doing this. We're running out of time on the meeting.
Ah, yeah, it was fun.
That's it for today's episode. Thanks so much for stopping by. Subscribe to the Skywalker Academy. I should put a link to his channel in the description. This was the Everything Film Podcast. Thanks so much for listening. A few days ago, my siblings were using the TV downstairs and they got recommended one of your videos.
Nice. Just out of curiosity, which one?
I don't remember. It could have been something for Chiral, but like I
Hmm.
saw it for a split second. And my dad
Uh,
doesn't even really watch Star Wars content.
huh.
Like, it might have been one of your older ones. I just saw it and I was like, that's fine.